All right, so recently Capcom has been found to be in some hot water yet again, and of course, it's regarding performance issues. Recently, a Reddit user has claims that they have figured out what causes Monster and Wilds performance issues. According to their investigation, owning more DLC equal more FPS. Now, this is due to an aggressive check the game does to see what DLC you own. It is not intentionally by Capcom, but this content check causes performance dips. The user created a mod that tricks the game into thinking that you own all DLC and notice an immediate improvement. All information has been sent to Capcom support. The same user has already helped Capcom solve a performance issue in Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, Reddit user has claimed that so to confirm the theory, I know of course I didn't spend $500 to buy all DLC just to make Capcom marketing happy. No, I quickly made all mod and a small mod that made the game think I have all the DLC. And no, it did not unlock anything. I did not want to test my luck, and I still want to keep playing. Though, honestly, already with mods, at least one that replaces the ugly in game font that hurt me on PS5, both mentally and physically. I did not get any DLC stuff in the game. The only thing is that I skipped the check itself. It didn't give me any DLC or bonuses, it just prevented the game from going deeper into a heavy routine, the one that would normally run if DLC was actually installed. So please don't confuse this with any kind of unlock things. And yeah, I still put this part under spoiler anyway. That's kind of sad that somebody has to go through the lengths just to test this out. Like, you should, like, where's the QA department, bro? Like, they should be running this shit before you send the final product out to your customers. Like, this should not be a thing. Like, this is crazy. So, and yes, performance went through the roof. Yes, without any CPU boost in balance mode on any settings, the game literally flies. I do not recommend testing in practice if what is under the spoiler, and I absolutely do not promote using mods of this type in Monster Hunter Wilds. So again, to moderation, if this is a problem, please don't delete the post instantly. Just message me and I'll remove that part. And that's basically the secret behind at least one, maybe even main reasons for very poor optimization. I sent all my observations and other internal details, if I can say it that way, to Capcom support. To the same person I spoke with a couple of years ago about Dragon's Dogma 2, I assume that he works on the engine in general, not on a specific game. But who knows how their internal structure is organized. Anyway, I hope we will see a huge performance fix soon. So yeah, that's crazy. So the less DLC you own, the bigger hit your FPS is gonna take. That's actually crazy. So let's go over to Reddit. So this is the official user that made that post. Um, yeah, in the comments, if this is accurate, I'm getting shades of GTA 5 loading bug that was parsing a massive JSON file repeatedly. Brute force, good enough for now. Things get left in code and bite developers all the time. It would be hilarious if the check was also getting worse as they added more DLC, and every optimization patch they made was just being offset by newly released cosmetics. Damn, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, you nailed it in both cases. And yeah, if Capcom doesn't fix this with every new DLC pack, it will just get worse and worse. And honestly, we can already see it if we watch some YouTube videos where people say performance keeps getting worse over time. And just to clarify something, the DLC ownership check is only rechecking unknown DLC, right? Once the check determines the DLC is owned, it excludes it in future checks, which is the reason why the performance gains, right? It sounds like Capcom was trying to make it so that if you bought DLC during an active game session, the purchased DLC will become immediately available in the game. Still a dumb way to handle it, but it's probably less case of being an aggressive DRM scheme and more likely trying to make a nice quality of life improvement that backfired. Now, I can actually see this scenario being I can that's probably more accurate to what's happening right now because like because this other games do this. Like, you buy DLC mid session, it becomes like immediately available. But the way Capcom does it, it's like they're it they can't seem to handle it because it takes a hit to the overall performance of their game. So yeah, I don't know, bro. So hold on, Red user. Yeah, it sounds like Capcom was trying to make it so that if you bought DLC during an after game session, the purchase DLC would become immediately. Yeah, yep. Which does happen. You can witness it when you pick up the free DLCs. Yeah, Path of Exile 2 does the same thing where you DLC you buy while in game becomes immediately available. They just tie it to actions in the in game story. IRC. If you buy it outside the game, you need to open and close the game store to trigger the check. Okay. And it's wild because you think they just check for DLC once after quitting the main. But yeah. So holy fuck, dude, they've been fighting with performance issues. Like they've been trying to optimize this game for the better part of like since last year. Last year, actually no, since launch. Like they've been trying to fix this shit for a while now, and like I'm glad people are pinpointing like the main issue. But this shouldn't be a thing. Like games do this typically, but like Capcom in particular can't seem to implement it well. And now people are probably trying to find like workarounds to like improve their FPS or install mods to like better optimize the game, which is mostly 80% of players are probably doing right now. But yeah, imagine Capcom until QA testers have all DLCs unlocked and they're all sitting there confused on why players still reported that performance haven't improved at all in Title Update 4, while they're also adding more and more cosmetics. What an absolute cloud show, bro. But yeah, this is extremely plausible. It is very common to just have a checkbox that unlocks all DLC, and many devs just leave it on. Doesn't even have to be a QA people, just the devs who are doing the profiling for the optimization work, which is often just on one or two people. Yeah, it was going back to what I was saying before. Like where are the QA analysts? Like where are the QA people? Because like I feel like they're rushing to put these games out, but they release them in a half finished state. Well, no, this is not news. Like people have been doing this for years, but like still like it's crazy that it took us this long to like figure out like what's happening. So hold on, let me go back to okay. So that was his post on here are his comments. Yeah, so Capcom dev sir, we somehow accidentally tied increased performance to increased spending on DLC. Capcom executive go on. Yeah, this one is going to be hard to explain. More FPS is an issue. Let's see. No, you. Nah, the issue is you get worse performance if you don't buy any DLC. Yeah, they should hire him. They really should hire this guy because like he not only helped them like fix the Dragon's Dogma 2 performance issues, but he also helped them give them info about Monster Hunter Wilds. Like they should definitely hire this guy, if anything. Yeah, bro is doing God's work. I refuse to buy this until performance improves. Yeah, but you're gonna be waiting a long time. But yeah, he said he'll release the mod if Capcom doesn't fix it. Interesting. This works a bit differently on different platform services, but the pieces are similar. One, check that you own something. Two, check that it's installed. I wonder how bad that code path is. Yeah, see, I'm not a coder, so I don't know how hard it is to implement any of these things or to check. But like, you think in a triple A corporation, especially known as well known as Capcom, they'd have like competent coders or QA analysts to check their products. So yeah, this brings a whole new meaning to pay to win. You literally have to buy skins just to unlock stable frame rate. It is embarrassing that a random redditor is doing a better QA than Capcom's entire engineering. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is a random guy that probably lives in his basement on Reddit fixing your problems, Capcom? Like, what are y'all doing? But yeah, no. Somebody said that Capcom is monetizing performance now, which is kind of nuts. But I don't think they were purposely trying to do that. I think it was just more so of like them being incompetent as usual when it comes to like performance. But yeah, let's see. That would be very incompetent. Yep, as it sounds like a content check that runs all the time in an update loop. While I wonder how often they're checking it though, like per second. Like that's my curiosity because like if FPS is taking a huge hit because it's constantly checking, so it must be happening a lot, like per frame. That's kind of crazy. Like the game is so scuffed. Hey, Grok created a video in black and white. True. Let's see. DLC tags backwards. Capcom's out here running A/B test on us. This game too. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Whether Capcom fixes this in the near future, that remains to be seen. But honestly, if you play on PC, if you're a console gamer, well, mainly if you play on PC, um, there are probably mods or anything that can probably fix this issue. Because at this point, I wouldn't really rely on Capcom to do any meaningful changes to, you know, fix the FPS performance. So, yeah. But that's the video. Tell me what you guys think about this whole situation in the comments, whoever tunes in. And yeah, I will catch you guys later.